Good morning and welcome to my favorite place on earth. I love this place. It's our family's hunting camp, our little log cabin in the woods. And this weekend our family is coming all to celebrate Thanksgiving together here at the camp. And my husband Eric and I and my little sister and a friend, we came early and just to get the camp all set up. So it's completely off-grid. There's no running water except for the river. There is no electricity. We have propane instead, and the bathroom's an outhouse, and it is our little family hunting camp that was built many years ago by my grandfather and great-grandfather and their brothers. So I'm very thankful for this little piece of the woods that we get to call home. I love being here, and I wanted to share it with you guys. So come along as we enjoy Thanksgiving at our remote log cabin in the New Brunswick woods.
No lock. Yeah, we had fun. But like, we weren't close. We didn't hear anything.
Didn't hear anything.
But we had fun. Yeah. Oh.
What kind of tea did you bring? And a peppermint? Quebec. Oh, nothing like fried eggs and bacon grease. So good. It doesn't take too long to toast. It just and flip it half. I love these things. And they work good, but you never know it's toasted because it doesn't turn around. It just gets hard, like the texture of toast.
Dear Jesus, thank you for today. Thank you for Thanksgiving. Thank you for this beautiful breakfast Maggie's made for us. Thank you for your mercy and grace you show us. Amen.
Amen.
Cared as much if it wasn't Anna. But it was the fact it was her.
I just remember a lot of sleep.
Which way is it eating? So this camp was built about 50 years ago, and it's getting a little old and some of the logs need to be replaced. So these logs here, Eric and then our relative that also owns the camp with us, they came over back in the spring and they cut down some trees and they stripped the bark off, and they've been laying there to dry for the summer, and they're going to be over in a few weekends and they're going to be replacing some of the logs that are along the base of the camp. And hopefully get it a little shored up, and it'll last us for years to come. So that's what those are. The logs for this camp, they were all cut down here and by my relatives back in the 60s, and they cut down the trees and they pulled the bark off, and then they just built the camp. So they put it up pretty much as high as they could reach, I think. It's kind of a short camp because all my relatives are rather short, and so if we have someone tall, even like Eric, he has to duck a little bit between the beams sometimes. But it's our little tiny cabin in the woods, and we love it. It's completely remote, so we get our water from the river and we'll use that for washing the dishes, and we bring our drinking water with us. There is a spring not too far, and sometimes we'll fill up our jugs on the way in. There used to be a spring close to here, but there was logging in the area and it dried up quite a few years ago. So we bring our water in, and then we'll bring propane tanks in, but I sometimes like to cook on just the wood stove in the center of the camp, and that keeps us warm. So we had that going last night to keep the chill off. And then we also have an antique cook stove in the camp, and we've only used that myself. I've only used it once at Thanksgiving a few years back when we had so many pots we needed to fire up the old cook stove. But I love that it's here, and if we don't have propane, we can cook on the cook stove, and it's just so cozy. So our cabin is off-grid in the sense that it has no power, or there's not even an option for getting power anywhere near here. And we don't have any solar just because it's been this way. The propane works, and we have propane lanterns for light at nighttime, so it's pretty dim, but it's super cozy. And we're also off the road system, the main road system. In New Brunswick, there's a lot of logging. It's one of the top industries in New Brunswick, and so there's logging roads pretty much everywhere. And so all camps are connected somehow to a logging road, and so is the snowmobile trail. So you can get to our camp off the snowmobile trail or with a truck on some trails that are off of logging roads. So we're pretty remote, and I love that because it's so nice. It's so peaceful and quiet, and also the stars are beautiful. I wish I could film them for you. Last night you could see the Milky Way, and it's just the one place on earth I can see the most amount of stars, and I love that. And so that's a little bit about how our off-grid cabin works, and it's a pretty simple setup. It might not be something you'd want to live in full time, but you could. So it's our hunting camp essentially, and that's what it was built for. There's moose in the area, and also this was a salmon river. Now in New Brunswick you can't fish salmon and keep them. They're protected because the populations are low, but this is a fly fishing river that was famous for fishing salmon on. So that's what our cabin was built for, and now we get to enjoy it with family and to spend some time outdoors. The Lord is righteous in everything he does. He is filled with kindness. The Lord is close to all who call on him. Yes, to all who call on him in truth. The heavens proclaim the glory of God. The skies display his craftsmanship. Day after day they continue to speak. Night after night they make him known.
My turn? Pick up two, Joe.
That's one thing I guess is the light.
Wow.
Good?
Gotta remember that, haven't we?
Hello, Bat.
Hello there!
Yeah.
We'll save this for the horse bag.
Yeah. So, you can start on that bag while I clean this up.
So that's our trip to our log cabin in the woods here in New Brunswick, Canada. And we had a great time enjoying hikes in the woods and food together with family. And we're so thankful to have this little piece of the wilderness and so thankful for family and friends. And thank you for watching. Hope you had a great Thanksgiving, and I'll see you on the next one.